Hi guys, welcome back to Storytime Read Out Loud for you. Today's story is for day 7 for the Disney Storybook Countdown Advent Calendars. Let's get started. Day 7. I spot it. Do you guys see it? Good job. It's right here. And the story for today is Disney Encanto. Wow, this is a great movie. Wow. Let's get started. Disney Encanto. Years ago, when Alma and Pedro Madrigal became parents, they bundled up their triplets and, by the light of a single candle, left in search of a new safe home. A group of others, also looking for a safe place to live, joined them, but as they reached a rushing river, danger caught up to them. Pedro gave Alma and the babies one last kiss and turned back to face it. When Pedro did not return, Alma fell to her knees, heartbroken. She held her babies close and prayed for a miracle. Suddenly, her candle bloomed with magic. Bright light blasted away the darkness and swarms of butterflies appeared, fluttering around its glow, mountain roses stretching towards the sky. A safe place full of wonder emerged. An Encanto, a house called Casita, grew around Alma and her babies, surrounding them in protective love and magic. Over the years, the candle burned brightly and the Madrigal family were blessed with special gifts. When the time was right, each child received a glowing door and discovered their own unique bit of magic. Many years later, Madrigal were preparing for another gift day. That night, Antonio would walk up his door and receive his own unique gifts. All the family were helping prepare their home for the ceremony, including Mirabel. Her gift day was 10 years ago, but on that day, her door disappeared and she never received a gift. Mirabel decided that whatever her own problems were, she wouldn't let them ruin her youngest cousin's big day. So she went to give him a present. Antonio told Mirabel that he wished she had a door of her own.
"Seeing you get your special gift in your door,"
replied Mirabel,
"that's gonna make me way more happy than anything."
It was soon time for Antonio to walk up the steps towards his door. Feeling nervous, Antonio reached out to Mirabel. She hesitated, knowing all too well that her grandmother didn't want her to interfere. Despite the painful memories, Mirabel walked with Antonio. Each step felt like forever to her, but they finally reached her cousin's door. Nervously, Antonio placed his hand on the doorknob. Moments later, Mirabel's young cousin was filled with magic and dozens of animals flocked towards him. Antonio was now able to talk to animals. His new room changed into a magnificent rainforest with animals and birds jumping around and flying about with happiness. While the rest of the family celebrated, Mirabel wanted to be alone. As she wandered through the courtyard, cracks and splinters suddenly ripped through Casita. Mirabel rushed to tell her family, but when they followed her to see, there was nothing. Everything looked normal. Mirabel's mother, Julieta, talked to Mirabel about what had happened. Everyone thought Mirabel made the story up to ruin Antonio's night. Mirabel insisted what she saw was real. Julieta sighed. "Mira, my brother Bruno lost his way in this family. I don't want the same for you. Get some sleep. You'll feel better tomorrow." Instead, Mirabel sat on the tiled roof close to Alma's window. She heard Alma talking to a picture of Pedro. Alma knew their magic was in danger, just like her son Bruno, whose gift was the ability to see vision of the future, had predicted. Bruno had left the family years ago. No one knew where he'd gone to. Mirabel knew it was up to her to save the magic and the family. The next day, Mirabel decided to go and question her sister Luisa. Mirabel thought she might know something about the magic being in trouble. Luisa admitted that she was feeling the pressure to earn her gift, and that she might have felt the cracks too. Mirabel was stunned into silence and simply wrapped her big sister in a hug. Louisa squeezed back very tightly and breathed a huge sigh of relief.
You want to find a secret about magic? Go to Bruno's tower, find his last vision.
Mirabel went to Bruno's tower inside Casita. As she did, Mirabel noticed the candle's eternal flame flickering. Quickening her pace, she walked up the winding stairs. She soon found herself in a room where a stream of sand fell into a hole in the ceiling. Mirabel noticed several emerald pieces within the sand. As she picked them up and pieced them together, the room began to shake and cracks appeared all around. Mirabel only just managed to escape before the sand blocked her only way out. Back in the room, Mirabel studied the emerald pieces, putting them together like a jigsaw. She saw Casita with cracks all through it, and at the vision center was Mirabel. Her father saw what she was doing and took the pieces from Mirabel. He then ordered her to join a special family dinner. Mariano Guzman was going to propose to Mirabel's other sister, Isabel. However, cracks appeared and rippled around the room. Surprised Isabel lost control of her powers for a moment and smacked Mariano's face with some flowers, breaking his nose. The Guzmans were not impressed, and neither was Abuela Alma. At that moment, Mirabel saw rats carrying off the vision's pieces her dad had taken away. She followed the rats and found her Uncle Bruno. He now lived in a room hidden in Casita, away from everyone. He felt it was better for them all to think he had left, as his visions were upsetting the family. Mirabel asked about his last vision. Bruno couldn't say for sure what it was about, but offered Mirabel a guess.
The fate of your entire family is gonna come down to you.
Oh no. Moments later, Antonio and all his animal friends showed up. Mirabel's young cousin was ready to help. Firstly, Bruno needed to have another vision. He said they need a big space, and Antonio offered his bedroom. As magic glowed around Bruno, a vision of Mirabel and Isabel hugging appeared. Mirabel went to see Isabel. Just like when she spoke to Louisa, Mirabel found out just how much pressure Isabel felt to be perfect. As Mirabel encouraged Isabel to express her true self, her sister's powers flourished. Mirabel noticed the candle in Abuela Alma's room burned brighter than it had done for a long time. But Alma wasn't happy. She thought Mirabel was the root of all the trouble.
Our home is dying because of you,
she cried. Suddenly, the house began to collapse all around them, and the candle was now ash. Devastated by what she believed was all her fault, Mirabel ran away from the Encanto. Mirabel made it as far as the river Alma had crossed all those years ago. She felt lost and alone. A moment later, her grandmother arrived. Alma admitted she'd been the one to break the family, not Mirabel. As the pair embraced, golden butterflies began to fly around them. When Bruno arrived, Abuela Alma hugged him too. Soon after, everyone began rebuilding Casita. Mirabel placed the final piece, the doorknob, on the front door. Whoosh! The house came back to life in a fabulous flourish. The family surrounded Mirabel in a loving embrace, and she finally knew she was where she truly belonged. The end. If you guys like this story, please give it a like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out our other stories and playlists. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow for day 8. Bye!